Welcome back. And today we will do the cloud service model, which is very important from your interview perspective and many other things. So, for concept wise, also, it is very important. So, please put your attention to the lecture. Okay. So, we are actually talking about cloud service model. There are mainly three types, but we will be discussing from the very beginning one, which is nothing but private cloud model. Okay. So private cloud is nothing but managed by you. Everything is managed by you. The server, the hypervisor, the Windows OS, the Java runtime, data, app. You might be asking me, what is hypervisor? Hypervisor, you can consider it as a software which can run multiple operating system. For example, I can run, if I install this particular software on my laptop, I can run Linux, I can run Ubuntu, and if the CPU and memory are uh, enough for the next operating system, I can even run, CentOS or Windows. So in this example, we are considering uh, Windows. So all these things, so you can think of it as in your data center, the private cloud, where the private cloud has this particular capability of multi-tenancy, then your scalability, elasticity. So one of the private clouds which I worked on very extensively is your OpenStack, and it was a very fun to get it installed and used uh, by the organization, which saved them a lot of money in licenses and other things. But it's a very tough job to actually maintain that. So this is the private cloud concept. So of course, the data and all these things, everything has to be taken care of by you. Okay. Next, if we talk about the next thing, give me a second. Let me delete this first. Yeah. So the next step will be to the infrastructure as a cloud. Let me see why it is not going. Yeah. So in infrastructure as a cloud, the previous two things, the below two things are no more to be taken care of, like your the server and the hypervisor. It is being taken care of by the cloud provider. You see, these two things were for private cloud, but this is gone in infrastructure as a service. So for example, in AWS, EC2 is our infrastructure as a service. So we provision the EC2, we install the Windows OS, the patching, the upgrades and all these things is a responsibility of our team, means the user. So all these things remains the same as compared to your private cloud. Only thing goes away is your server and hypervisor. Okay. Next, let's go to platform as a service. In this case, even your Java runtime Windows OS is being taken away, and only thing what you have to manage is your own data and the app. So I have worked also on OpenShift, the container as a service uh, platforms also in AWS, Elastic Beanstalk, and all these things are platform as a service, right? So this is the concept of platform as a service. Next, let's go to the next one, which is software as a service. Software as a service is nothing but like Gmail and other things. Like you don't need to manage anything. The infra, the compute, the memory, and the runtime, the application, all maintained by the cloud provider. You just use the service. Okay. So this is the concept of IAAS, PAAS, and SAAS. This is very important with respect to interview questions and for your concept also. So to give you a more holistic view, I will show you one more diagram where you can just put it as for your understanding as on-premise, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. The blue one is you manage, and the orange one is managed by the cloud service provider, right? So that's all for today's lesson. I hope you had some value through it, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.